Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to another Wilson Foundations lesson. Today we are learning our very first letter, so I hope everybody's excited. And remember, these letters and sounds that we're learning are going to help us become great readers by the end of kindergarten. So let's get started. This is our first letter today. And before I tell you the letter, maybe you already know it, but I want to tell you about this card. These cards here are called our large sound cards. So when you see myself or one of your homeroom teachers using this card, we might call them our large sound cards. And this one happens to have this letter right here on it. Does anybody know what letter this is? Well, if you said letter T, you are correct. It is the letter T. So I see an uppercase T, and then over here I see a lowercase t. And these are the letters that you will learn how to write also. Underneath the letter T's, you see a picture of a top. This is a top. Maybe you've played with one before, right? You put it down on the table and you spin it, and it goes around and around really, really quickly until it stops. And the reason the picture top is on here with the letter T is to help us remember that the letter T makes a special sound. So listen when I say the word top. What's the first sound you hear in the word top? If you said the T sound, you are correct. Top begins with the T sound, and that's the sound that the letter T makes. So when we look at this card, we want to say T, top, T. We're saying the letter name, we're saying the keyword picture, and then we're saying the sound that the letter makes. T, top, T. Now I'm going to bring out a friend from yesterday, Baby Echo, because this is where you guys get to echo me or repeat, imitate what I say. There's a lot of this when we do our Wilson letters and sounds. So that's why Baby Echo is going to help us out, okay? So I'm going to say the letter, you're going to say the letter. I'm going to say the picture, you're going to say the picture, and I'm going to say the sound, and then you're going to say the sound, okay? So when you say echo, that's when you know when you see echo, that's when you know that it's your turn. All right? So let's try it. T, top, T. Good job. I hope you did it at home with me. Now let's say the whole thing together. Ready? T, top, T. Just your turn. Good job. Let's try it one more time. T, top, T. Your turn. Great job, my friends. Thanks for helping me out, and thanks to Echo as well. Now I want to show you another card that has the letter T on it. This card is called our small sound card. And this is also a lowercase t, just like this one, but you can tell they look a little bit different, right? So this letter T is not one that you're going to learn how to write, but it is one that you might see in a storybook that you read. I like to call it the fancy T. So we don't need to learn how to write this one, but we do need to know what it looks like. And we're going to use these small sound cards later on in the year when we start to build words. So when you know all your letters and sounds, we take these cards and we put them together to make words. But I like to show you it now so that you learn what it looks like. Okay, so this is a T and this is a T. All right, let's see if you can say T, top, while looking at this card. Ready? Let me hear you say it. Good job, my friends. T, top, T. All right, I'm going to put these over here for now. And the next thing we're going to talk about is how to write that letter T. So yesterday, I'm going to try to move. Now, if you remember yesterday when I talked about skywriting, and I talked about holding that arm up straight and strong and pointing with your two fingers at the lines, okay? You should be standing up, but Mrs. Burnside's going to stay sitting down because you can see me much better that way, okay? And I'm actually going to move the computer a little bit closer to me so that you can see the pictures a little bit better. Let me move it even closer. I don't like close-ups, but we'll do what we have to do, right? Okay, so let's practice what we learned yesterday, and that was the names of the lines. So we had our, who remembers what it is? The very top one is called the skyline. You're right. Now let's move down to the next one. This one is called the plane line. Good job. And then the next one is called the grass line. You're right. And the very last one is called the worm line. Great work, my friends. You know all of those. And our letter T is going to start way up here on the skyline today, okay? And he's going to come down to the grass line as well. But before we do our letter T, let's just do one more quick practice with our sky right here and pointing to the lines, okay? Ready? So everybody with me, if you can, point to the skyline. Point to the plane line. Point to the grass line. Point to the worm line. Good job, my friends. Good job. Okay, let's talk about how we write this letter T, okay? And parents, if you're listening, you're going to notice that when we have the children write the letters, we're going to say the same words all the time. So there's a direction that they're going to be following to make these letters. So I will actually post the letter formation directions underneath this video so that you can read them as well. So if your child is at home practicing their name, which is important for a kindergartner to learn, especially their first name, we usually wait until closer to Christmas to worry about the last name, but if you already know that, that's awesome too. So when they are practicing their name, we ask that you try to use the Wilson correct letter formation that we're teaching, just because it makes things a lot easier. Once we get back into the classroom especially, okay? So I'm going to try to show you the letter T up here, but then I may use my smaller whiteboard if I don't like how it comes out. So let's see. I'm going to use this color today. Does anybody know what color that is? Hope you can see it. It's orange. I hope it looks orange. We're going to see if this is dark enough, okay? So let's see. Letter T, we call it a skyline letter. And if you look, I don't know if you can see it very, very well. Oh, there you go. Okay, I'm going to get my pointer here. This chart here, this is called our letter formation chart, and it shows us what letters touch what lines. So this one up here, these are all of our skyline letters. I don't know if you can see it, but it says skyline letters right here. And here's the skyline, and they're all touching that skyline. That's where they start. So you can see our friend letter T is right up there. Letter T is a skyline letter. So I'm going to make sure when I start making the letter T that I'm going to start right here at the skyline. Okay? So let's watch. All right, so usually we do this. We say T is a skyline letter, and then you repeat after me. T is a skyline letter. It starts on the skyline. It starts on the skyline. Good job, guys. So I'm going to point to the skyline. I'm going to come straight down to the grass line. I'm going to pick my marker up, and I'm going to cross it on the plane line. T, top, t. And then you say it. T, top, t. Good job, friends. Sorry, it's not a little bit light there. I'm going to trace over it, maybe make it a little bit darker. I might have to use a darker color next time. Let me try a darker color now, because I want you guys to be able to see it. Let's see, what color should I use? Let's see if you guys can guess which color I'm going to pick out. What do you think? I think I'm going to choose this color. What color is this? Oh, I hope you said blue. Sorry, my drawer won't go in. There we go. All right, let's try it with blue. It might work a little bit better. Okay, so again, we're going to practice again. Okay, so T is a skyline letter. Your turn. It starts on the skyline. Good job. So watch me point to the skyline. And I'm going to come straight down to the grass line. Usually I tell you guys if your marker squeaks, you're pressing too hard, but I'm trying to press hard so that you guys can see it. And then you're going to pick your marker up and cross it on the plain line. T, top, t. You say it. Good job, my friends. Good job. Okay, now I want you to try to skywrite the letter T at home with me, okay? So get out that skywriting arm. If you can stand up, because that gets the blood flowing up to your brain and helps you learn it better. Nice straight and strong arm, 2 fingers pointed out, and let's, with our skywriter, make the letter T. So we're going to point to the skyline. We're going to come straight down to the grass line, pick it up, and cross it on the plain line. T, top, t. Good job, my friends. All right, let's make one more letter T up here, and then I'm going to do it on the small board so that you can see it a little bit closer, okay? So if you want to use your skywriter while I'm using my marker, you can. All right, so let's do it one more time. T is the skyline letter. It starts on the skyline. Good job, guys. Okay, everybody point to the skyline. You can use your skywriter at home. Go straight down to the grass line. I pick my marker up and I cross it on the plain line. T, top, t. Good job, friends. Good job. Okay. Last thing I want to show you is just me writing it on our small whiteboard, okay? So let's see. Excuse me. I'm going to put it down again, kind of like I did yesterday. I hope this is a good angle for you guys. I know there might be a little bit of glare on it. I apologize. Let me see if I move it back. But I do want you to see it a little bit closer up. Let's see. That might be okay. All right, so again, here's my skyline, friends. It's right up here. Here's my plain line, my grass line, and my worm line. And let's make some letter T's, okay? So one last time, T is a skyline letter. It starts on the skyline. Echo's trying to pop in there. Okay, so I'm going to point to the skyline. I'm going to go straight down to the grass line. I'm going to pick my marker up and I'm going to cross it on the plain line where you see that dotted line. T, top, t. Good job. Okay, so when we're in school, we might give you a whiteboard like this, and then we might say, make 3 letter T's. And you would do your best to leave a little bit of a space. Mine was even a little too close there. And go across and make your own letter T's just like that, okay? There you go, 4 T's. Okay, and if you want to practice that at home, you can. Now remember, if you don't have the Wilson paper or anything like that, or you can't print it out, that is absolutely fine. You can practice on any paper you want to, and then when we'll get back to school, we'll worry more about the Wilson lines. But as long as you guys are starting at the top and going to the bottom, that's very, very important. We never, ever, ever start at the grass line, and we never, ever, ever start a letter at the worm line. We only ever start at the skyline or the plain line for any of our letters. So that's super important. I know a lot of kindergartners come to us sometimes and they want to start their letters at the bottom, but that is not the way that we're doing it. So it helps if you can correct that at home as well. And that's it for today, my friends. So I will be putting another lesson on tomorrow, or another recorded lesson, and then on Thursday we're going to try to do a live meet with each class, and hopefully I'll get to see some of your faces, and we will review some of the things that we talked about this week. And then at the end of the week I will put on some activities that go along with our new friend letter T, okay? Let's say it one more time before we leave, friends. T, top, t. Your turn? Good job. And what was this letter again? this was also T. You're right. So let's say this one more time. T topped. Great.